Greetings, family. This is another episode of the Melanin Report 360, the Melanin Report 360, the Melanin Report 360. As soon as I went on air, I was just about to, I don't want to say, but yeah, got 2 bottles of H2O. So thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you all had a great weekend. I had an eventful weekend. I'm just going to leave it at that. Never a dull moment in some minds. And so it had a small or maybe a large impact on me. I just did this, but I just wanted to say greetings from Phoenix, Arizona. Another fabulous, not as hot. It's not going to be over 100, and that's a win. That's a total win. If it's not 100 degrees, that's like, ooh, that's a good day. And so we are rejoicing in Phoenix because it's under 100 degrees. Because usually it starts around May. It can start around May. It's held off, and we are, because once it turns on, it's on for like 90 days. It's just, don't even, if you have a free ticket to Phoenix, $5, because nobody wants to be here. Everybody's going up to Sedona, beautiful. Not a problem with that, but I haven't been up there this year, so it might be a time to go up there, not to in the near future, because when it gets to triple digits, whew, yeah. But I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. I'm going to read my fair use disclaimer because we're going to talk about a couple of different things, kind of go into some areas that I want to just cover myself and not forget. That's why I have it right in here to read it. So, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. So let me go ahead and do something with these phones. I had them both on, so I do apologize for that. I think, they were both on, so apologies. So let's get into it, family. We had a conversation. We have a Zoom meeting, my family. This is on my mother's side. We have a Zoom meeting every third Sunday of the month. And so, we did one. Yes, it was probably 17, 18 of us. It was pretty nice, getting caught up. And, we have usually an outline and all that. So it was quite lovely. And I think I'm going to present about food because most of her family is in the good old South. I think a couple of cousins moved up to New York, Brooklyn, for example. And there are a few of us, one's in Chicago, they're spread out, but it was just, I think I'm going to, speak on to be able to increase the vibration through food. Because I saw a post from a family member, not going to name anyone, but it was a big, long feed. It was a long feed. People had been chiming in for like maybe a couple of days. So it came on my path. It had a picture of crispy or soft or something. They were talking about bacon. I'm like, really? Bacon? Our people is as much high blood pressure with pork and all this other stuff. I'm just amazed. This was just like this morning. I read the feed. And I was like, oh my gosh, am I having an out of body of experience? Are we still eating pork? Because I was a part of, when I first moved out of, was born and raised in Brooklyn, then went to Carolinas for school, graduated, stayed in North Carolina for a while, and then transitioned into Atlanta. So my Atlanta years was really, it shaped who I am, because a part of who I am, because there was so much greatness in Atlanta at that time. We're talking the early 90s. 92, I met one friend that we're still friends to this day. And I had a lot of growth and opportunity to grow because I was in different communities, if you will. And so I had a real good big snapshot of Atlanta at that time. Now it's gentrified. My house went to white folks. That's another conversation at the time. And this light's gonna go off. Okay, hopefully you can see me. So, I had really my years of maturity and figuring out, what this thing is of life is all about. Because I was a member at that time, the Shrine of the Black Madonna. It's still on Lee Street, I think, Southwest Atlanta. I could walk to it because my house, I bought it when no one was moving over there, because I bought my home in 1993 at age 30. That was a goal that I set when wherever I was living. At that time, it was Atlanta. I would buy my first home. I'm not a suburb person. I have never been, because I've lived in the city. I grew up in the city. I remember, the bus stop, the train stop was at the end of our block, turn the corner, and the number two train was right there in East New York, Brooklyn. So I have fond memories of the city. And so I've never been that type of a suburb, gotta be away from everyone. Um, I'm not that gal or that woman. And so I bought my house, and that's where the magic began. The magic really began, because the Shrine of Black Madonna was probably progressive. I'm sure they still are. And we were preparing food, in the kitchen. The lady women, we were all upstairs, and I don't know if they're still doing that. They would prepare food and that kind of thing, and had a little snack and stuff after service. And Shrine of the Black Madonna is really a staple, because I saw the late Dr. Frances Cress Welsing there. I saw so many greats, so many greats. They always come through the Shrine of the Black Madonna. That's like, you have to go to the shrine. If you anybody, you're gonna go to the Shrine of the Black Madonna. And so that was really, really a pivotal time of me starting that nutrition journey. My nutrition journey began in Atlanta, because we had so many vegan restaurants popping up, slowly. I was there like 10 years until a job took me back to Carolina, in fact. And I bought another house there. But Atlanta, like I said, this was my training ground, Atlanta. So I did not understand when I would read the text, I'm not gonna say a family member, but it was kind of interesting if I was chiming in crispy, or I don't know what the other word was, crispy or whatever. I sent a message on, I guess it was Facebook. It was Facebook. I said, "Are we still eating pork?" Question mark, question mark. Like, with all the high blood pressure, we have the information. We know that we know that we know we should not eat pork. I'm just gonna say it. I haven't had pork probably 25. Well, I'm almost on near 60, so I'm gonna say 58 this year, God willing, and ancestors willing. I'm going to say 35 years ago. I think it was when I moved to Atlanta. So I moved to Atlanta at age 29. So I'm getting close to eating, you know, no pork or beef for like, I eliminated pork the first time because I read the book How to Eat to Live by Elijah Muhammad. That was the book in the bookstore of the Shrine of Black Madonna. And I grabbed that book and I just almost cold turkey because I wasn't eating that. I was like sausage biscuits, stuff like that. I wasn't like pork loin and cooking like that anyway. So it was like a quick thing to remove. But as I grew and grew and grew and explored, it grew and grew, and my consciousness grew and grew. I'm like, why am I eating this? Why would I eat this? It causes high blood pressure, especially for our people. And so I just connected all the dots, and I was like, one and done. I was done with it. And my mother, to this day, I think special occasions, so to speak, wink, wink, she eats chitlins, so I mean, my father was taken to Brooklyn from North Carolina. He actually was born in North Carolina as well. But his parents went up to Brooklyn and they didn't look back. They both, passed on in Brooklyn. So he didn't have the kind of appetite my mother had necessarily. So he was kind of a meat potato guy, but pork on occasion, but nothing. My father was tall and slim, most of his life. Yeah. Majority of his life, 98% of his life. I think he got a little bit, but anyway, I won't go into that. Not right now. So I believe that there is a connection. I say all that to say there is a connection of eating properly. When I say properly, I mean drinking water. I had a family member, not going to give any names. These are my bottles right now. I've been drinking all morning water because I went to the gym and went to LA Fitness. And my family member said, I don't like water. I don't like the taste of water. I mean, this is what he has said, and I'm just like, huh? What? Huh? You were in a sea of water for 9 months, and you come out not liking water? Oh my gosh. So we have a long way to go. This young man is probably 50. I mean, I'm not 50. He's in his early 60s. And I was just amazed. I was just amazed. But if we don't do certain things, if we're not drinking enough water, number one, you're not going to be almost 60 having skin, not bragging, but this is my truth. You cannot tell. I mean, other than the gray, under there. Um, yeah, but you cannot tell on its face, and I can cover that up, but you cannot tell my energy. I rest well. I eat well. I'm not trying to stay super clean. I have a chocolate bar, like if it's a high level chocolate bar, there is such a thing. But the 98% cocoa or organic or whatever. I just drink the best of when I'm putting anything in my body. Like who does like short cuts with their health? Because I feel that there is a connection of eating low vibrational food and having things happen. I'm just going to say that. I'm just convinced with that because if you're eating well, when I say eating well, maybe not from the TV, Mickey D's, to this, to that, Burger King, boom, 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 boom. Those are all probably Burger King, Starbucks, McDonald's, and this place I go to is a salad place, and they make order this salad and go. I'm gonna try and get some stock with that company. This is popping up all over the place. So salad and go. It's a drive-through, and they have chicken. No, if you get no chicken, or you can have organic tofu. Usually I don't get any quote unquote meat. I'll get extra whatever. They have a couple of extras you can do if you don't do meat. So what I'm saying to you, why do things that are counter the livelihood of your body? This is where we are living 24/7. So I'm going to honor everything that I put in, not only with prayer, but choice. We have free will and choice. And that's what we don't have the luxury of just doing, eating anything. If you eat from the TV, the commercials, like I talked about last week, Super Size Me guy, he was a Caucasian. I don't know if he's still alive, but I'm saying he ate McDonald's for 30 days. You remember that story? It was like maybe 10 years ago at least. And so this is what we know. So when we know better, we do better. So it's no sense for us to expect good things. I'm not trying to say it's all food. The majority of it is. If your energy is high and you're vibrating well, you're sleeping well, you're not tossing and turning, you drink plenty of water. I'm not trying to have the cleanest diet on the planet. No, I'm not going to say. I'm going to say what I will say. I have my body works like a well-oiled machine. The way you can tell if you have at least two bowel movements a day, solid bowel movements. If you have at least two a day, that is how you can tell efficiency in your body. So, food in. I haven't even eaten. I've been to the gym. I had a small little breakfast this morning. I'm going to get a salad. I've already prepared my salad. It's ready to go. It's downstairs on the counter. So it's all ready and ready for me to just when I get done with this. But I'm just saying, we know better. We definitely know better. We do better. Even I was listening to one of the conversations from early years of Minister Farrakhan, and he talked about having like 10 kids, I think, or 9 kids, children. I stopped. I'm really want to stop using that word, kids. It's a Billy Goat, and I don't like when I hear people say it. So let me cancel. So he had 9 children. And before he had prominence and all like that, there were times he said, they had like beans and quinoa or something, some kind of grain, healthy grain, and a piece of cornbread, and that was it. Oftentimes, I'm sure it's not like that now, obviously. He's a millionaire, and I'm sure he is comfortable now, at least, and doesn't have to. He's not taking those shortcuts with food. Feeding 9 children, imagine. People can't even feed 2 children. If I see another black brown child with another McDonald's bag, I went and got my hair kind of cut, and I'm trying to let it grow out, and I don't think I'm gonna go back for like another week or 2 or even 3, maybe sometime next month. I went to sister. She and her family are from Ghana, and I patronize that shop. They do natural hair, locks, blah blah blah. So this child probably 8 or 9, somewhere in that age, had a McDonald's bag. So, you don't look at the child. They're being given this. And look at the parents. What the hey is on your mind? Not to be able to give nutrients to your children. Just put the cell phone down and feed your children properly. I'm talking to the brothers too. There's no sense for us to be in such a rush. Everyone's in a rush. Everybody's moving 10,000 miles an hour. Can we just take some time to feed life that we brought in this world? And we take time to feed that child properly. It doesn't mean McDonald's, throw a bag of McDonald's in the back seat and then they, grab a burger or whatever. This is what we're feeding our children. This is our life force. These are the extension of our life force. I'm just saying, when we know better, we do better. I know that we have the time. You can find the time. If you can be on the internet and playing these daggone video games all day, all night, you have time. Even if you want to do crock pot, I'm cool with crock pots. I'm good with a crock pot. Put stuff in, cook it, leave it. Boom, it's ready in the morning. Just put it on at night. Boom, whatever it is. We are taking shortcuts with our dietary, and then expect us to have the result of. I'm not trying to say. I know black on black crime exists. I know police brutalities. Black and brown. I get all of that. But we can do our part to increase our vibration. Not eating in the gutter. Not eating crap. I'd rather go to bed hungry if I don't have anything palatable for me to eat, something that is going to be nutritious. I have an apple. I have a bag of apples. I'll go to Trader Joe's. Sometimes they have bags of apples for like $3.99, $2.99. So they have. They have a lot of frozen. I get all that, but I go between Sprouts and Trader Joe's. Those are my two. I go to Fry's, which is Kroger out here. Once in a while. I get some coupons on some stuff and they can track what I've been buying. And so everything's a tracking system, But we can definitely pay attention to what we're putting in our body because that's going to raise our vibration. If you're eating low vibration, bags of chips and dips and this and that, that's not proper eating. We have been taught that because the environment that we're in, they show a commercial for McDonald's, for example, and everybody gets hungry, salivating at the commercial. When I see that, I'm like, just like shaking my head. I know the commercial is on there because it's a promotion of their product. I'm just saying, when we know better, we use better. Because when we lift our vibration, we're out of the line of fire, if you will. We're out of the line of chaos and confusion. If it comes on your path, it's going to be gone just like that. I'm not saying I got the perfect solution, perfect diet, blah, 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 blah. I know what is working. I know what can work for you. If you eating 2 meals a day or 3 meals a day, I usually have oatmeal in the morning, organic oatmeal, and then a piece of fruit. I'm not eating eggs, bacon, sausage. I don't eat like that. I don't know if I've ever eaten out like that, but definitely, in the last 17, no. I've been out here 8 years. So I'm going to say 25, 30 years. 35 years, probably 35, 40 years. I have not eaten that kind of food, you know. So we have to define food. Food is nutrition. I'm not trying to say everything I put in my body is 100% right on. What I'm saying to you, I'd say 95% of my nutrition comes from a healthy, clean, amazing source. I expect the best for myself. So it's the level of expectation that you have on your life and yourself. Because if you are low vibration, low, McDonald's, okay, let me grab something to get. That's not nutrition. We have to be mindful what is nutrition and what isn't nutrition. And so it's a big distinction because stuff on a commercial, I mean, when you're living in the caves, I mean, this is a step up. The food is cooked, blah, blah, you know. And so this is a step up in their DNA. I'm just saying, I'm just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it real. So if this is a step up, eating cooked food and blah, 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 I'm just saying, we are stepping down with the nutrition that is in this environment. That's why you have to really take time. Don't be on the phone. Don't be on the. If I see another person on the phone just taking care of groceries, let me, just put the phone down. My goodness, it's an addiction. These phones. I'm not kidding you. If you put the phone down, when I say put the phone down, I have 2 cell phones. I'm not trying to fake it. But I tell you, if I'm in the store, my phone rings, goes to voicemail. Because I am intending on making the best selection. I take my time, I'm not rushing. I take my time to get the proper, sometime I'll check with my pendulum. You have your pendulum? Sisters, do you have your pendulum? Brothers, do you have your pendulum? So you're not gonna take an estimated a little guess on what is good for you. Check with your pendulum. Don't give a damn who sees what. But this is how we know to do. We have forgotten and we have fallen asleep. Some of us are still asleep. We're just walking around zombies. I'm saying to you, put the phone aside. If the phone rings, you're in the intention of selecting food for yourself, perhaps your family, perhaps your husband, your partner, whatever. But just be in that moment of selection of food, you know. So you go to the cart, you have your bags. I definitely always have my bags because I think Mother Earth is just shaking her head with us because we are abusing her. We have been abusing and misusing, destroying. I just don't even have a feeling about when I see people with the plastic. I'm like, where does this plastic go? The landfill? So I have a trunk full of bags, recyclable bags. I take them in the grocery store. And then if I'm at Fry's, once in a while, I go to Fry's maybe once a month, every other month. I don't go in there much now. I will go get some things, but not consistent. I'm going to say Trader Joe's and Whole Foods, kind of pricey. So, I mean, if whatever you want is there, okay, cool. Because I think the Trader Joe's is right next door to Whole Foods, the one I go to. So I don't necessarily go to Whole Foods as a given. I'll go to Trader Joe's and then go to Sprouts. I very seldom go to Walmart. I'm not saying anything bad with Walmart. I've gotten a few things out of there. They have some, the organic. No, I don't think it's organic. When I get the dairy free unsweetened, I get dairy free unsweetened um, milk, like almond milk, unsweetened. Okay, I will usually get that. Sometimes I get that from if I'm at definitely Trader Joe's. They have an unsweetened, and I do my shakes. Whenever you see my shakes, I do a shake every day. A shake every day with um, maybe a small piece of avocado. I will, blueberries or whatever berry I have, a handful of that. And then I put a little bit of, I just got a superfood um, protein. And just a small amount, that little container, that big container, I'm sorry, I just got it a couple of days ago. So usually a half a scoop. I don't use that much protein, just enough. I work out 2 or 3 times a week, so I definitely have a little bit of protein in the shake. And then I will put a scoop of turmeric, powdered organic, and then I will have a scoop of. Just bought a big thing of Corella. It's gonna last me like 6 months, I think. But huge thing. I mean, it's like 2 pounds of spirulina. So I was thinking spiral, the DNA spiral with the hair. Our hair, it's on a spiral. So this is the outside DNA. So let me just take this off. So we can do better because we know better. Our ancestors left a lot of information to us. We're so busy moving and being, playing video games. If I see another 50 plus, 40 plus, 30 plus year old with video games, I'm like, we are in, listen, we don't have a time for video games. Now, I will say no time for that. We have a kingdom to build. How about that? So these video games, where are you wasting your time? Just don't even do that. Take your time, have proper nutrition. I'm not trying to say break the bank. You have good quality of food, even if it just lasts 3 or 4 days. 3 or 4 days. Okay. Refrigerators should not be packed to the rim with process, process, process. I have a side-by-side refrigerator, stainless steel, and I think with the stainless steel, I have the water. I don't use that water. I use that water if I'm boiling it. But I have, ice, definitely ice. I will use that. I have another water, a separate water with the pH, the 10 level of water. So that's the pH is 10. It's $3 for, it's like a gallon is $1. So I'll get I have a small three gallon. I'll get that. That'll last like a week. So just take care of yourself and you'll find that the chances are, I'm just saying, when you're eating, you're vibrating higher. You're not eating the crap. In fact, I'm just going to close with this. I had another family member, and it was from yesterday. And he probably knows if I'm going to tell the story. But he was actually talking, I guess he has an iPhone. He was on the call with, he was walking and meeting some people at a restaurant, whatever. And so he started taking pictures of his food. Like I saw it on Facebook, like maybe a couple hours later. And so I didn't see anything fresh. I didn't see a salad. Now he may have eaten it and had not taken it. The picture was like macaroni and cheese. When we know better, we do better. So, I don't even know if I have his number, but I can do my best in my own immediate family, but this is where we are. When we vibrate higher, we are making, we'll make sound decisions. We won't be in the line of fire. I'm not trying to say that because we know these pigs that we're paying that our tax dollars, some of them are no good. Some of them should be on the force. We need to have a serious conversation before you playing all these daggone video games. We need to have a serious conversation about defunding the police. Yes, I said it, defund, because we just had another shooting. It's just a blur of everything, but I think it was South Carolina. I stand to be corrected. And it was a mentally ill person. You know, we know there is a problem, and it's bigger a problem than we even recognize. Um, that is because he was definitely a black man. I believe it was a black male. I have to do a little bit more research. I try to watch limited because this lowers vibration. I've tried limited amount of news, just enough to stay informed, to see all the crazy, but not my ear to the pulse, my ear to the, no, 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 no. I'm just, you know. So thank you so much for tuning in. I just wanted you to recognize your power. You are beautiful, Black and brown people. We can do this. We can stay in this country if you choose. You know, I have a sister that moved to Ghana, you know, and that was coming up on a year. I think she's been there maybe over a year, maybe over a year. And she told me I can come out there anytime, so I might take her up on it really soon. But I think when we raise our vibration, you know, chances are when you're eating right, we can control that. Our ancestors could not control that. They were eating slop, but we still survive and we still thrive. Because if they did not create us, we know they did not create us, they cannot destroy us. Say that, you know. But I'm just saying, what we can do, we can control what we eat and how we live, not drinking, drugging. That's a whole nother conversation. I know we're trying to medicate. I know this, you know, it's crazy out there. I get that. We have to do our part to raise the vibration so that nothing comes on our path. If it does, you'll know how and what to do. I'm not convinced that some of us, depending on what's going on or where you live, I'm just saying, I'm not taking it off the table for bulletproof vest. Not trying to draw that energy in, but we see what's happening. We to see and not change. I'm just saying, some of these young people, that young man, it was like maybe 6 months, 4 months ago. It's just a blur with everything. But he was walking home from the store, groceries and stuff, and he was by himself. So if he had a bulletproof vest, we got money to spend on these shoes that are made in China. Okay, my Nikes, it was like maybe $45, brand new. I don't believe in spending that money on definitely. No, 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 no. I was trying to get a pair cheaper, but they didn't have my size. I wear 9. I got a 9.5 foot, but they had a 10, so I got a 10. So, but yeah, we can do our part. We can definitely control this because our ancestors could not control what they ate. They were given the slop, the low anything. And we were able to cultivate and make it good. What I'm saying is, some of these taste buds we still have in our body, you can remove that. You know, if you want to eat a piece of, you know, I'm not gonna say pork or beef, no, 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 but you know, chicken once in a while, okay. But if you every meal is chicken, 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 that's a problem. That's a problem. And so again, when we know better, and we definitely know better, because like I said, with these I mean not these text messages, with these with Facebook, is that right? Yeah, Facebook, Crispy, or I don't forgot, Crispy or something. They said it was weighing in. I was like, I just sent the text. Are we still eating pork? Seriously? All the high blood pressure and diabetes, we still eating pork. Seriously? And it was like a long line of people chiming in, having remarks. I was like, what are we doing? We can do this. We can control the food that we're putting in our bodies. We can control this because our ancestors could not control. We go in these stores and if I see another 12 pack of soda, these children are just, I need soda. It's like crack. I'm saying, what about water? Just water. I'm not trying to say not drink anything. If you wanted to get, let's just say, okay, I don't believe in sodas, so I eliminated sodas years ago. But if you wanted to make, you can get like cranberry juice, pure cranberry juice, and then dilute it with fresh water and maybe a little bit of salsa water. Would be kind of where the fizziness, and just say this is a healthy version. Explain it. If they're of an age, explain. I really honor your body temple. Teach them young, so they don't. Oh, mom's giving me soda. Just bring them in the kitchen. Maybe I want you to be healthy and strong, and explain to them. Can you do that? All right. Well, this was a passionate topic for me. I didn't have any notes. I just spoke from my heart to your heart. I hope it resonated. And, pass my videos along, videos along, like, share, subscribe, Melanin Report 360. And tell people that we're here. And Monday through Friday, I might be changing my schedule. Depends. I got some opportunities. So to be announced. So right now I'm still 5:30 Eastern until it's coming up on 3:20. So I've done my part. So thank you for watching. Share, like. Follow, and just contact me. I've left my number several times, and I appreciate the feedback. Back. But like I said, I had no notes. I had not one note other than reading that fair use disclaimer. So I'm very passionate about this topic because I know we can do better and we will do better. Thank you for watching. Talk to you soon. Peace.